Gold jacket, green jacket, who gives you?
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Gold Jacket, Green Jacket podcast. We are here for episode number 27. My name is Christian Dragonetti. I'm joined, as always, by my good friend and Australian PGA professional, Mr. Joel Mitchell. Joel, mate, how's things?
Brilliant, and you?
Good, mate, very good. We are proudly supported by Halfcaf Golf, as always. Be sure to go and check them out. I saw them the other day at the golf course.
Yeah, I noticed you were wearing one of their polos.
Yeah, they're really good.
Yeah.
Like, the polos are really, really good.
Yeah.
And yesterday, we'll get into most recent rounds in a second, but yesterday we were having a chat about the price of certain things at golf shops.
Yeah.
And it took me back to when I played with the boys from Halfcaf a couple of weeks ago, because they have little competitions amongst each other, like so nearest to pins, but they bet using sausage rolls as their currency.
Yeah, because sausage rolls are like $20 now.
It's hilarious. And it's also it's ridiculously expensive.
Yeah. Yeah. I like that.
But yeah, it was just touching on a conversation we had yesterday on the golf course, which we might get into one day.
Oh, maybe.
But yeah, most recent round. So for the both of us was yesterday. Unless you played today and you didn't tell me.
No, I didn't play today. No, I worked today. No, so you're hearing this, you're hearing that on the Friday. So we played this Sunday just gone.
Yes.
So 5 days ago.
Yes.
You're hearing this, but to us it was yesterday.
We went out to Heritage, played St. John.
Yes.
And for the third week in a row, I've played both days on the weekend.
Brilliant.
I like it.
Grinding out.
The body doesn't.
No.
I'm sore.
Yeah. You're in a bit of trouble yesterday.
Oh, mate.
Especially early doors.
I started so slow yesterday.
Did we all?
And especially after the night before. Night before was a pretty big event for myself.
It was not only just a big day in general. You had a couple and change.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Few lovely nectars. And yeah, it was a pretty big day for me in my personal life.
Oh, absolutely. It was awesome.
If you've seen it, you know, but if you don't, fair enough.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ended up playing Saturday and Sunday, like I said. And yeah, most recent round for me was Sunday and had 36 points, playing off 11 because St. John is hard as all shit.
Yeah, we're playing off not
the
quite
gold.
the back, but the gold. So it gives you, well, I think it's net. I think the scratch rating is 75
Gave me an extra 3 shots.
from the gold.
Gave me an extra 3 shots.
Gave me 1. That was sick.
That's so fun for you.
No, I don't think it gave me any. I had 35 off +5
Yeah, okay.
or whatever it was.
Okay,
Yeah,
fair enough.
You go. Well,
I just and Saturday before that, I had net 70 in another stroke round. So like, it's coming back.
Solid. Yeah,
it's
solid.
coming. It's coming.
You had your meltdown. Now you're good.
Yeah, I think so. I
moment.
kind of needed to hit rock bottom
Yeah.
for that sort of thing to happen and
Yeah.
just sort of go, right, well, all this negative shit, just try and throw it out the window and just rebuild the game again.
Well, you couldn't go further backwards.
No.
Really, you couldn't
No,
go further
honestly
backwards.
couldn't.
You were in a bit of a pit and you dug it out, and now you're on the up again.
Absolutely.
Like you would have come down heaps after yesterday.
No, only point, what is it now? I think it's 7.4.
You should have come down plenty because it would have like what you have 36 points playing off 11. It would have had you playing to.
I can look into it later, but I don't. It wasn't that
You
much.
wouldn't have actually.
After Saturday, I came down to like 7.6, and then Saturday was 7.6 from 8, and then down another 0.2 after yesterday. So it's coming.
Yeah, it's definitely there. It's definitely there. Nah, well, our round yesterday was the first round with the new kit.
Oh yes,
So the
full
whole
new bag.
new stuff. So yeah, driver through to putter is 8 days old.
I'm so jealous.
8 days old is the oldest thing in the bag is the putter.
Yeah, and it was on the table last week.
And it was on the table last week. So, and that really behaved itself yesterday in particular.
Yeah, when you needed it to, it did.
Yeah, really behaved itself and hold a few good putts, which was nice.
Absolutely.
The front nine was fucking ordinary.
Yes.
Like not ordinary. Like the good stuff was good, but those irons, man. Like I said, if you've listened to previous pods, all I did was change the shaft to 5 grams lighter, and it did exactly what I wanted it to do, but adjusting to it so quickly because I hit every iron shot pretty fucking good, like flush as.
Your ball striking was very good.
The ball striking was awesome, but it was still judging that distance. Like a standard 7-iron, a stock 7-iron usually went 155, and if I had to step on it, maybe 160. But now it was like I was hitting a pretty solid 160 sort of thing. I was getting an extra 3 to 5 meters. So there was I flew the 5th green. That was
Saw
weird.
that was
I hit
fun.
a couple long ones. Like they just went long.
And we played with Short Game Mike yesterday as well, and he had a couple. He had a couple where he absolutely just roasted him. And
he said walking down that fairway, down the fairway though, he goes, "Oh, I'm not catering for the flush shot."
You can't, at certain levels, and we joke about this a lot in our group. You can't account for flushing it.
Yeah,
at our level,
at his level, yeah.
At our level,
what was
you
he
can't
playing off 13?
Yeah, on the day, and even at my level, I can't account. Like, I'm not going to strike every iron as purely as I like or would like. So when I do, and it flies the green by a couple extra meters, or misses my target because I've just hit it too good, can't account for that.
There you go. Yeah,
you got to go based on your averages, and averages includes bad strikes.
Well, that's what he accounted for, really, or didn't account for.
Yeah.
Like you could even see on that third hole, he was 158 or something like that. I hit a pretty stock 7-iron to about 12 foot, and he hit it off the back of the green. He hit a 170 meter 6-iron.
Yeah,
and he goes, "Oh, I just flushed it. Like I didn't expect it to flush it."
Yeah,
and that did actually sit with me for a little bit. I'm just sort of like, wait, you don't cater for a good strike? Like,
it's hard to, because it's at the higher your handicap is, and even at my level, it's rare.
Yeah.
I feel like as a whole, I'm a good ball striker. I will say that to anybody who asks. Right? I feel like it's a big asset of my game, and that's why I'm used to the equipment that I've got. Right, and I've got it because I'm a good ball striker. 90% of the iron shots that I hit, or the balls that I hit, I don't hit out of the middle, if not more.
Really,
100%. And I can feel it, but it's just off.
It's just good enough to
get for me to average out a yardage.
Oh, okay, yeah.
So I know my average is based on 90% of my strikes being good.
Yeah.
The 10% where I'm like, oh, I actually got that one a little bit. 1 out of 10 where I actually fucking found the middle. He did like the bee's dick middle. I'm like, okay, that flies 158 instead of 155.
Yeah, it flies a bit further. Yeah. Well, it's a different mentality. I never really thought of it like that. Like, I'm always catering. We can't all
be fucking unreal at golf like you, Joel. No. Jesus Christ.
This fucking
Come on, man. Like, have some sympathy for us fucking hacks, mate. Jesus Christ. Anyway, that was our most recent rounds. I didn't
even say what I had.
Oh, you didn't even? No. So hang on. I'm gonna have a crack.
What?
Because I obviously played with you yesterday, and because your front nine was fucking loopy.
Weird as
it was weird. You shot. Did you turn even?
I turned even
with one par.
With parring the first hole.
Yeah, you parred the first, and then went what, like birdie, bogey, birdie, bogey, 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 birdie, birdie, or something.
Yeah, sort of. Or
whatever it was.
I bogeyed 2, birdied 3, bogeyed 5 and 6, birdied 7. And birdied 6, bogeyed 4 and 5, birdied 6, bogeyed 7, birdied 8 and 9.
Ridiculous.
Like that was literally just finding it. Like hitting those iron shots, the ones that I like couldn't gauge the distance of, or they just went slightly different. Even with the driver, it was like, oh fuck, and it was hard to recover because once again, fresh wedges as well. It's like, and I've changed lie angles slightly, so they respond a tiny bit different, and it was a bit hard to sort of latch onto it straight away.
100%, it's going to be.
Those first 6-7 holes, I'm like, oh okay, find it, like figure it out.
Yeah.
Right. But the ones that I did gauge the distance on perfectly, rolled a good putt in, or stumped it to, or not stumped it, but hit it nice and close to
make a score.
And then after when I hit that shot into 8 and then rolled that putt in, I'm like, okay, I sort of just need to dial it back a couple meters because it was 146 to the hole, and I usually sort of have to hit 8-iron pretty solid. And this one I sort of just hit a nice sort of controlled hooded punch shot and got there no issues. So I'm sort of like, okay, cater for 3 to 5 meters of carry, and I'm good. So
absolutely
found it and then went 4 under on the back.
Yeah, and you said I said that to you. We turned and we were walking to 10, and you've gone, mate, I've had fucking even, and I've had 1 par, and I'm like, yeah, I know, but you're still going to shoot 4 on the back and have a good day.
You did too.
Like, you're not. Don't stress, man. Like,
so no, I was
because I knew it was just a matter of time before literally the switch was flicked and it's back on.
It was also the shot into 11. It was like 169 into the breeze off the right, and that's usually pretty hard sort of 6-iron with a tiny fade for the wind not to touch it, and I chipped it, like literally touched this 6-iron, and it got there no issues. So I'm like, oh, beautiful, cool, I've gained some distance, sick.
Yeah, and I mean, I touched on it a little bit talking. I think we were walking down 9, and I think I said it to you at one point. I'm like, I know I'm looking into getting some wedges at the end of the year.
Yeah,
I'm now starting to flirt with the idea of maybe a new iron set too.
Yeah,
I love my Mizunos, and I always have. And I have this argument with myself every year. And if you've talked
Every year.
If you've spoken to me about it,
Every 6 weeks.
yeah, correct. If you've spoken or heard me speak about it, you know that this is probably just a phase, and I'm not going to change it. But
It's not a phase, Mum. It's a lifestyle.
yeah, correct. Mizuno's for life. But also, like, I hit your T100s, the new ones, on the range before the round. And
Yeah.
maybe I'm just in my head about how bad they feel to me because I'm like, nothing feels like a Mizuno. You know what I mean? And I'm so caught in that
it's like your first
mindset.
love.
It's your first love,
yeah,
right?
It's your first love.
And they're right. Nothing does feel like a Mizuno, but those Titleist T100s feel fucking good.
Yeah, when they have the right shaft in it.
Exactly.
That's what I mean.
And
My previous ones were not a bit too heavy. They were a bit too heavy for me, I feel. They were designed to knock some spin off because I used to have a slightly different swing before I got those and sort of channeled it in a little bit. Now it's a lot more controlled and zeroed out, and it's a lot more professional, I find. So I'm hitting it better. But yeah, so those would have felt a bit different.
They did.
With the different shaft in them.
Absolutely,
A bit more playable shaft.
Probably.
So
I mean,
that's what
I've got a 6.0, 120 gram, stiff flex shaft in mine.
Yeah, mine are just a smidge stiffer at the tip.
Correct.
That's all it is. That's all it really is.
I enjoyed them, and it kind of was. And then I hit my irons pretty good.
Yeah, you hit them.
But I kind of I think I'm looking for a little bit of extra help.
just a tiny bit, yeah.
A little bit of extra help. Just because I'm not playing as much as I get out and practice and play and stuff. I don't play 4 times a week.
Yeah, well,
And my irons are next door to blades.
they're knocking on the door. Yeah,
Right,
they're
so-
knocking on the door.
Maybe
Yeah.
I just need a
couple
mil of a
the
thicker sole.
T100s. They're a tour iron.
Yeah.
They're designed they're a tour played iron, and they're the most played iron on tour. But they've still got plenty of forgiveness on them.
100%.
Well, they got enough.
100%.
They got enough that if you do happen to miss hit one, it's still going to do enough to get you where you need to go.
And that's the one thing I noticed hitting yours on the range was like I grabbed 7-iron, hit a couple, and one fell like really out of the toe.
Yeah.
And it still looked like the ball flight still
It
looked
still
pretty
tries.
good.
It still tries so hard to get
Whereas
going.
mine, I can just see it just dies.
Just dies in the ass. Yeah.
Just dies in the ass.
just
So
not
it's something to
enough
think about. I might, whenever the Titleist fitting day is at Berg, I might flirt with the idea of going to get fit and then
Yeah.
just make the decision on the spot.
Next one at Rosanna's in November, I think,
All right, cool.
which is a little bit away.
We might have to. Oh, I can last
Dip
till
the big
November.
toe in.
We might have to see how we go for that. Could be an early Christmas present.
Ooh.
Maybe.
Bloody
We never
hell.
know. We'll see how we go.
Suss it out.
Now, this upsets me so much. I saw something today. Now, in the we don't talk about the tour that much,
Nah.
but I had to address this.
Yeah, hit me.
Right? FedEx Cup playoffs are coming up very soon.
Yeah.
And I think this is one of the last events over the weekend before the playoffs. Right? So it's crunch time for these
yeah.
guys.
What's it, top 50?
Top 30,
Oh, top 30, is it?
I think. Or
No,
the
I'm
top
pretty
30
sure it's top 50.
Top 50, sorry. And then maybe even more, maybe closer to 70 odd.
Yeah.
And then for the Tour Championship, it's 30. But there's players trying to make charges and, try and guarantee a spot in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because that's where all the money's earned on the PGA Tour at the
Yeah.
end of the year, right?
I'm actually going to look it up. Yeah.
Matt Kuchar, I don't even know what event was on this weekend. I don't follow professional golf all that much, but I did see this story and I had to put my 2 cents in
Yeah.
because I don't like it one bit. Matt Kuchar, who from all accounts is not in the running to win the tournament,
Yeah.
he's not in the running to get into the playoffs.
Yeah, 70 players in the FedEx Cup playoffs.
Right.
Yeah.
So he's, no matter what his result was at this tournament, from where because the issue was bad light came in, there's been bad weather all week, and a few of the players who he was playing with got to hurry on 18 to finish the round offs before the light was too bad they couldn't see anything.
Yeah,
Right?
Yeah.
He chose to put a tee in the ground, pick his ball up, and come back tomorrow on a Monday. Tournament's technically finished. The winner's crowned, top 10 are certified. He's not going to get any better or worse in his position if he makes par or birdie.
No, he will.
Oh,
That's the other way. Yeah,
Right,
Keep
or
going,
birdie,
sorry. No,
right?
keep going.
So he decides, bugger this. I'm going to make everyone come back tomorrow so I can hit 3 shots, finish out the hole, and it's effectively not really for all that much. I thought it was one of the most selfish and stupid acts I've seen. in a long
I
time.
think
And
it is
this
arrogance.
This
I
is
believe
coming
it is.
from, and I hold my hands up. I didn't watch it. I haven't seen the results. I don't know who fucking won the event.
Yeah.
Right? I saw this. I read the article or I read the posts that were put online. That's all the information I have.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Judging off what I've seen, I think it's fucking stupid.
Yeah.
I think it's dumb. I think it's arrogant. I think it's selfish. I think it's all things that golf shouldn't be.
Yeah. It sort of butted you up the wrong way.
100%. 100%.
I didn't. Yeah, I kind of agree with you. I think he should have just like if it was final couple groups or something like that, and he was top 12 or a shot or two off.
Different story.
Maybe different
like
story.
You said, if 3 or 4 groups aren't going to finish, then you think about maybe coming back tomorrow.
Absolutely, but he's not even. Not nowhere near it, sort of thing. Well, I still haven't seen the results after. Like we're going to touch on this after this topic, but since the Olympics have kicked in, I haven't really even been able to follow any events at the moment. Like I haven't really paid attention. So
and it seems to happen all the time because when the majors are on, PGA Tour still has an event the week of the majors, and we don't care about that event. It's all the all the guys coming through,
of course,
who are trying to make a name for themselves in their career, but they're not at the majors.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's where all the attention is.
Exactly.
Right.
Same as the Olympics.
What I don't like so much about what Cooch has done. I kind of like Matt Cooch. He's a good player and he's, but he's been shifty in the past.
I disagree with the way he holds himself and some of the things. Of course, like he cops a lot of shit for the things he's done to his caddy and
100%.
like stuff like that, earning 1.2 million and paying him 10 grand or something, or whatever it was. I think it's changed. I think it was a bit more, but still, a percentage of it was absolutely utterly ridiculous and unfair, right? So teeing that ball up in the middle of the fairway when the rest of your group has gone and finished is just
ridiculous.
It's just arrogance. It's purely just arrogance, and he feels like he's probably above them. That's probably what he feels like.
And you said,
it's really. I didn't like the way he did it. But then there was a little post made that said what would happen with what he would make on each hole. I think if he made par, his position wouldn't change. If he made birdie, he jumps 12 spots. If he makes bogey, he goes back 18 or something like that.
Right. So it was an important hole for
It's like a 65 grand swing,
okay,
depending
so
on what he makes.
It is an important hole for him.
So it kind of, if he thinks about that much, but for someone that's earned 80 million throughout his career, I don't think one hole really, or one placement in one Wyndham Championship he's going to give a fuck.
Yeah.
You wouldn't really think so. If he was an up-and-comer, trying to really make a career and really get the earnings going, well, maybe, but...
And I just think that, you said it before, if there was 3 or 4 groups who were affected by this, it's a pretty fair statement because a lot can happen in a couple of holes.
Yeah.
That's what 3 or 4 groups is.
Yeah.
It's a few holes.
Yeah.
Right? And if it's bad lighting and the conditions are poor, then you have every right to hold the round.
Yeah.
But that, if it was 3 or 4 groups, the tournament directors would make that call to cancel it and go, boys, tees in the ground, let's go home.
Yeah.
Come back tomorrow and finish it off. Right?
Yeah.
The fact that he made the decision on his own.
Well, he has every right to.
He must have been allowed to, of course.
He has every right to.
He has every right to.
Yeah.
But
the ruling is there, but it's just the moral of it. It's the principle of him actually going, nah, the rest of my group's going, nah. Yeah. I'm gonna sit here. I'll make his all work a bit harder tomorrow to try and come out and I bet you he'll probably kick up a stink that it wasn't on TV. Like it wasn't recorded. Imagine that.
Or, God forbid that they don't get the condition of the greens as they should have been the night before.
Like that, but
a number of things could have gone wrong. I actually don't know how it finished up.
I think was it the Wyndham Championship? Aaron Rye won it.
Yeah, well, and even that's huge in itself.
Because unfortunately, that Grayswood. Oh, what's his last name? It's a long last name.
Hold on,
it's a really long surname. He unfortunately was on track for having an awesome round and winning it by
Grayserman.
Grayserman, yeah, he was on track for an unbelievable final round to blow everyone out of the water, hold out on 13 for eagle, and then unfortunately made a quad the next hole.
Yeah, and
unfortunately that cost him the tournament, which was extremely hard to watch. But
so, I'm looking at the PGA Tour leaderboard. Aaron Rye.
Aaron Rye won. I thought so. He won.
According to this, he still hasn't finished. At the time of recording, which is 7:30 on Monday night, he hasn't finished. So he's going out tomorrow morning to finish it off. our time. He still hasn't finished.
Wow.
So this is still ongoing at the time of recording.
Yeah, well.
Round 4 is suspended. Every other player is finished.
So every player is finished?
I believe so.
Wow.
Kuchar.
Because they were final group, weren't they?
They must have been. Every other group is finished. And he's currently
What's he on the day?
tied for 12th. He's hold
Oh
on.
no, not 12. He doesn't go up 12 spots. He was tied for 12th. Okay, that
Yeah,
makes
he's tied
sense.
for 12.
I think either way it costs him 60 grand depending on what he makes on the
He's
hole.
11 under. At best, if he birdies the hole, he goes to tied for 7th.
Yeah.
If he bogeys or worse, he goes to tied for 22nd.
There you go. That was the big swing. If he makes bogey, it's a massive drop.
It's a massive drop.
So like I understand. I do understand. It's if everyone else did it, like if a bunch of other people did it, like the final group actually went, okay, now this is the real deal. You know, we're not going to rush this event, or we're not going to rush the final hole, blah blah blah. And then a bunch of people did mark their ball or something like that, or not play the final hole. All right, well everyone else did. That's cool. No
Do you
worries.
think any part of that is because it's Aaron Ryan? I think it might potentially be his first win on the PGA Tour. That they just thought, let's just get this done because like we can, get it finished and just he can enjoy his tournament.
Maybe.
You know what I mean?
Maybe. Yeah, get it done. Well, you don't want
Like,
to come
there's
back
no-
the next
there's-
day, play one
exactly.
hole.
Because you think about it,
You're not
right?
going to get the turnout you are for one hole, really.
Correct.
You're going to be in the spotlight for that time, and people are going to want to see the finish, even if it is dark. People are going to be like, oh, I wonder who wins, because anything could happen in the dark. You know what I
100%.
mean? So, of course, people want to do that. And, like, you see a bunch of highlights of Tiger.
A lot of them are in the dark.
When he used to win that Bridgestone Invitational. I think it happened twice, at Firestone, where he won in the dark twice, and all you could see is a tiny faint outline of him. And the second he puts it in, all these flashing lights, and that sort of does it justice of how dark it was. And sort of the ruling might be different back then, or something like that, where you had to play out the round. I don't know, but who knows? Maybe it's a little bit of arrogance and
it's completely baffled me.
and self entitlement, I think, on his part, but. Look, it could mean more to him than we see it as.
100%.
Like it's a
I hope
top
it
12.
does. I actually hope it does.
Yeah, I hope it means the
Because it's a
absolute
huge-
fucking world to him.
It's a huge call to make
Yeah,
for tied 7th.
yeah. It's just rubbed you up the wrong way.
100%.
Yeah.
And like I put myself in his shoes and I would never make that call.
If my group was finishing out, I'm like, righto, well, I'm not going to win, but I'll finish out and we'll just over and done with. If I was in contention,
Exactly.
and I couldn't see it, I'm like, fuck, if I hit a bad shot, I'm never gonna live it down because it's in the dark. That's when I'd tee the ball up.
100%.
That's the only I'd put the tee in the ground. That's the only way I'll do it.
You're either defending the lead or trying to chase it down.
If he was a shot back,
That's the only
or
circumstance that I would
on
do
the,
this.
on the lead, then absolutely I'd mark that 100%. But
Yeah.
how many shots was he back? Four or five?
Hang on. Tied for 12th is at 11 under. The winner was at 18.
There you go. Yeah.
He's
So there's no
7
chance he
shots
would win,
back.
but yeah. So still, to him, might have meant the world.
Hopefully
We
it does.
Never know. Yeah. Exactly. Hopefully it does.
Now you mentioned some Olympic golf.
Yeah. So
Holy moly.
does that? Do you know? Remember that second cut question we had a couple of weeks ago where I was mentioning what year would you prefer, whether it was Xander's or Scotty's? I think this is just the absolute. Well, apart from having the Tiger Slam,
This is-
absolute holy grail in 1 year.
Yeah.
Like he has a Players, Arnie's event. He has a Masters. He has a couple other wins. He has now a gold medal, jail. Like,
Yeah, far out.
like what a year.
What an absolute. It swung my decision. So at the time I went for Xander's because he won the Open, but Scotty's just won a gold medal at Le Golf National, which is a golf course is firmly on my bucket list.
Yeah,
Right.
they hosted a Ryder Cup.
My first Ryder Cup that I watched was at Le Golf National, and I fell in love with it then.
Was that 16 or 20?
18.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
18.
Yeah.
Right
yeah.
as I joined the club
Yeah,
and
18,
all that
yeah.
kind of stuff and really started taking an interest into it.
2018.
Europe dominated and just killed him. But
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that
still.
golf course was just so pretty.
So sick.
So pretty
So
and so
sick.
challenging. So for him to win at that golf course, win a gold medal, and in the fashion he did, I think he shot 9 under on the last, day to get
He
it
just
done.
does that, doesn't he?
He does.
It's fucking crazy.
You've said he's been dominant or getting close to dominant. I'm calling it. He's been dominant this year.
Absolutely,
He's
he
been
has.
dominant the last 2 years.
No one's really the only
No
person
one's-
close to him is sort of Xander and maybe
Bryson.
Bryson.
Yeah.
Those two have only like Xander's probably the closest thing to him, and yeah, Xander was in the hunt for ages throughout the Olympics, and
Absolutely.
Like, I
and
love how
there
much
was
it
there was a
meant to
good period of time where he genuinely looked like he was gonna get it done. Xander.
Yeah,
Like he was
yeah,
up the top
he's
to on the
just-
last day.
it's you know what it kind of looks like. It's like a Tiger Phil scenario.
Yes.
Where Tiger is just better and just gets it done more often,
And
but Phil
Phil-
has to bust his fucking balls to
Phil's
do
the
it.
fighter.
Phil's the one that just goes, man, he's just hungry week after week and he's
Scotty-
just trying to break through. And like Phil's the greatest player of all time to never be world number one.
I agree.
He is.
I agree.
He has
Yeah.
to be.
Has
He's
to be.
won 3 jackets. He was at the top of his game forever. He's earned more prize money at Augusta than Tiger has.
Yep.
And it's proven.
Yep.
But it's almost getting. It sort of looks like that at this stage. Xander's world number 2, I think.
I think so.
I'm quite confident he's top 3. That's for sure. But it's the same. It's the same thing. It's Xander's obviously one of the best players on the planet, and he's just getting outdone. Just week after week, he's just there is something tiny, not even missing.
Xander is number 2 in the
Number
world.
2. There you go. So yeah, it's the same thing. It's like
Yeah.
Scotty's just that good. Like the ball striking's fucked. It is. It's unbelievable.
It's
you
and you know
resonated
what?
with
You know what the scary thing is?
Nah.
He can't putt. He can putt, but like he ain't the best putter.
No.
He ain't the best putter.
No.
Think about if he was 15% better at putting than what he is now.
15% better at putting, they would test him
Sorry.
for drugs.
Yeah, exactly.
15%.
I was like, where are you going with
Out
this?
of his world. No, I get it. Not. I
Like-
wouldn't say he can't putt.
'Cause the thing is,
relative to tour statistics and the top of the table in those putting,
Yeah.
yeah, might lack a tiny bit, but you know what the illusion is? He hits because his ball striking is so good. He barely misses fairways. He barely hits it outside 30 feet. But there's occasions where he will shoot 7 or 8 under in a round, but miss 3 putts inside 8 feet.
Yeah.
And like some of them might not even touch the hole, and you're just like, oh, this guy can't putt.
Yeah.
But he's just shot 65.
Yeah.
But he's missed all these putts, so no, he can't putt.
And especially
Like-
the way golf is presented, where you just see all the good stuff.
Oh, of course.
You see all the great drives and the great approach shots, the great putts, and all these friggin' snakes from 45 feet, right? And then you see number 1 in the world stump it to 15 foot, to 8 foot, 6 foot, and like you said, miss a putt, doesn't touch a hole. You go, ooh.
Yeah, well,
yeah.
exactly. People see that highlight going, oh, imagine if he could putt. No,
And
he's an
he's-
amazing putter.
Correct.
Just compared to the best on the tour, might not compete. But those
And when
guys
you-
that can putt couldn't even wipe the dirt off his shoes in ball striking.
Correct.
And
when
they're
you-
amazing. Like,
when
they're
you
amazing.
start comparing him to the big cat, like we all have,
Yeah.
right? 100% you're going to start looking at what they each do individually. Tiger had it all. He was the longest, he was the straightest, he was the most accurate, and he could putt dots
Yeah.
from short, long, medium, far.
Yeah.
Other planet who friggin' cares, right? He did it all. There's only compilations of amazing golf from Tiger when he was in his heyday.
Yeah.
And we're comparing, this is the closest I think we've gotten to that
Yeah. Yeah.
in a long
Yeah.
time.
In the past
Probably since.
3 decades.
Probably since.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And we go, all right, yeah, cool. Long, straight, accurate putting.
Compared to? Yeah, I understand.
Correct. And that's
I
why
do
it's so
understand.
negative.
I do
And I
understand.
completely agree with you. He has to be an incredible putter to
He
be
is.
in the position he is. He has to be. Right? But it's the one weakness of his game that everybody knows about. Right? Give or take.
In relation to the rest of his game, it's the one downfall.
Yes.
Yes, it is. But
It ain't
that's
that bad.
that's what I mean. It's fantastic. He's great at putting, and he's great at his short game's unbelievable. And he's a great putter in reference to the entirety of golf. But if you were comparing to what you'd think a tour player would putt like, it's probably a complete misconception because people see a few missed 2-footers or 3-footers occasionally, right? But they could be for birdie. So he's hasn't dropped a shot, but he's missed a little opportunity. But so what? He's going to go ahead and make 3 or 4 on the front nine from anywhere from 8 to 15 foot.
Yeah.
But miss that 1 3-footer, and now he's a bad putter. No. I think it's a complete misconception.
Yeah, well, there you go.
But I agree. I feel like it's a blindfold over my eyes as well in terms of how he putts. Is I do notice. I'm like, oh, I didn't think you'd miss that. You know what I mean? You wouldn't think you'd miss that. But same with Rory. Rory's a very strong putter, and you wouldn't think he would have missed those at the US Open.
No.
So it's just sort of how it's displayed to the public. I think is what determines what people think.
Yeah.
If he came to Heidelberg or if he came to our local, you'd think he'd box everything because it looks like he just doesn't miss. And of course, it's different surfaces they're putting on, but you might miss a couple here and there. But his ball striking, everything else a part of his game makes up for it, and that's why he wins.
Absolutely, that's why he wins.
Just
And
doesn't
he's won a lot, and I'm jealous, and he's unbelievable, and I'm fucking sick of seeing him win a little bit, but I'm also not. Like, I want to see him.
I
keep
loved
winning.
how much it meant to him, the Olympics. But I
100%.
loved how much it meant to him. But I'm going to be honest, I haven't watched a single minute of the Olympics this year.
Really?
And I'm going to be honest with you, I have no interest in the Olympics. I couldn't give a fuck.
As a sporting event?
As an entire whole...
Wow.
It's like the Super Bowl. I couldn't give a fuck.
Holy what?
I have no interest in it. I have no idea why. Don't ask me why. And it's not. I'm not having a dig at the Olympics at all.
No.
I think it's fantastic what it all means to people and what it all does because it's a holy grail.
Yeah.
If someone's a sprinter, I want to be in the Olympics.
Yeah.
Or if someone's a gymnast, I want to be in the Olympics. I want to win a gold medal. Yeah.
But it's
fuck
not.
yeah.
It's not the pinnacle of our sport.
To me. No.
No, I don't think it's the
if
pinnacle.
someone asked me winning a gold medal, is that a major? No.
No.
I believe it's not. I don't know why. I don't know why. Maybe it might be because it's one every 4 years. I don't know.
And it's also not been in the Olympics for that long, or it might have been previously and then not, and then back.
Yeah, whatever it may be. Like
Who
I said,
knows?
I'm not up to date with the Olympic
No.
thing. I don't really know,
find
and I'm
that
not saying I'm not saying I don't care. It's just I don't have the interest in it. I can't follow it. I don't know how to follow the Olympics.
Yeah, right.
Like I'm so lost.
Honestly,
when
the
I'm
best
watching
way to I've watched a lot of the Olympics this year,
Yeah.
and me and my fiance get around it a fair bit. And it's honestly whoever's got the coverage this year was Channel 9 in Australia. Whack that on, whatever they show. More often than not, there's going to be Aussies in it.
Yeah.
Right, and we become armchair experts. Right,
okay.
My missus. Diving was her thing. She's like, nah, not good. That was too big a splash. Nah, horrible. She wasn't vertical. Horrible. Or she'd be like, yep, that one was very good. And she'd be on it, like 100%.
She'd be on it.
Because she's Googling, like, what are they looking for? Right? And like,
So it's not like an analyst. Like if you're
100%.
into it, you're into it.
If you're into it, you're into it. But you can learn. The sports are that simple that you can learn them very quickly.
Yeah.
And the information that we've got now is like, anyone can figure out what they're looking for.
Yeah.
And it's just
feel like
because there's sports you don't see all the time, like water polo. Water polo is so much fun to watch.
Is it?
Because it's soccer in water, but like it's
With your hand.
with your hands, exactly right. But like you can relate it, and hockey's the same.
Hockey's sick.
Hockey's such a fun
Hockey's
sport to
sick.
watch. I can't really get around the swimming, like the races. I don't really like that. I'd rather watch.
Really?
Just rather watch them run.
Swimming's one of the biggest.
Yeah, I know. I'm a bit opposite in that sense. I don't really fancy it all that much. I like the diet. The gymnastics was unbelievable.
Yeah,
this
that
year.
was cool.
Simone Biles is a freak.
That was cool.
Right? She's
Yeah,
a freak,
goat,
and she's
goat.
the goat. Couldn't care less. I don't know anything about it, but she's unbelievable, right? And it's just like, you get around it every 4 years. But there was a lot of times when the golf was on,
Yeah.
and I'm like,
But see, I wish it was easier. Like, it was on Channel 9 and stuff, but I wish it was easier to watch. Like, you either have it on Channel 9 or like Stan Sport or something like that.
the Nine Now had it.
9 Now did
Nine
it.
Now had, and you could watch it sport specific. So you go into 9 Now and go, right, I want to watch the fencing.
Yeah.
You just watch fencing for 4 hours.
Yeah, right. But it was on normal regular TV, wasn't it?
100%.
Yeah.
Nine, Gem, Go, whatever it was. All the 9 programs had stuff on.
right.
And 9 Now, the app was unbelievable. They did really, really well.
Yeah.
But like I said,
I wish you could pick what to watch.
you can on the 9 Now app.
Really?
Yeah. Like I said, you just
See,
go on that.
That's how much I know.
And you just go, all right, I want to watch the friggin' skateboarding and watch the skateboarding.
You know what I really got into? The breakdancing.
Let's not start. Anyway, and
Just disregarded that completely. You know what? You know what was
I
announced?
draw the line.
You know what was announced? Like literally the day later, it's like, oh, breakdancing has been removed from 2028 Olympics.
Bullshit, really?
Serious. Like after that day because it copped so much shit.
yeah, I can
and
imagine.
people are like, what the fuck is
Not
this
even-
doing in our Olympics?
not-
Piss that off. Like
Not even Bruce McAvaney or Jim Nance commentating breakdancing could save that fucking sport. I'm
Jim
sorry.
Nance, I would watch breakdancing, but with my eyes closed. Riddle me that one. If Jim Nance was commentating,
I reckon he could do a good job.
hello friends.
But that being said, when the golf was on, I didn't really watch it all that much.
Right.
And it's kind of because, like, yeah, I see all these boys play every week, and it's not a major. It's at a major venue.
Yeah.
It
Yeah,
hosted the Ryder Cup
Cup
5
venue,
years ago, 4 years ago, 6 years ago.
Yeah.
And it was cool.
Yeah.
But man, and I think that, and this leads me into my
I think the
second
hype
cut
of
question.
it isn't as high. Like, yeah, there was a lot of posting about it online, and there was a lot of social media. There was a fair bit of social media coverage on Scotty's win and how people were tracking him. But
And
when
Lydia
you
Ko
think
as well.
Olympics, I straight away think of swimming, gymnastics, and running.
Yeah.
They're the three top dogs that I think of. Like,
There's been
like Noah Lyle was winning the men's gold, and what's her name? What's the women's winner?
I can't.
It's like Sha'Carri Richardson or something, or
Yeah,
whatever her
okay.
name is, or,
Yeah.
or something like that. Like those, there was every second fucking Instagram account was covering some sort of post on them, and I think that's where the hype is of the
Yeah,
Olympics.
and the one piece of feedback I've been hearing a fair bit, and it's getting louder as the 2 weeks has gone on, is that they kind of need to strip back how many sports there are in the Olympics.
right,
And if they turned around and said, right, breakdancing, and golf are no longer part of the Olympics, as a golfer, like an amateur golfer and a golf fan, I'd be like, okay.
I kind of agree actually.
I kind of go,
If
okay.
they said golf is no longer an Olympic sport, I'll be like, oh, bummer, because you want four of your best from each nation to go and compete and try and beat the rest of them, but leave golf alone.
Yeah.
It's in its own realm. Leave it as a PGA Tour. They're going to play their own events, not an Olympic event. You
I
know
want
what
to
mean?
park this. I want to park it for like 5 minutes because this leads me into my second cut question. I don't want to ruin it.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So I want to quickly divert off to another piece of information, something that we've been talking about very recently, right? And that is the idea, and thanks to Luca for sending us a second cut question last week, about having a golf creators tour or whatever. I saw it today, but it was apparently announced a couple of weeks ago. The PGA Tour has announced that the day before the start of the Tour Championship, so the Wednesday before the final PGA Tour event of the season, they're going to hold or host a content creator classic
That's sick.
at East Lake
Yeah.
the day before the tournament.
Eastlake going to destroy something.
100% it is. Now, listen to some of the guys that have already committed, right? Tyler Toney from Dude Perfect,
I love that guy.
the Brian Bros,
Yeah.
Fat Perez,
Yeah.
Bob Does Sports,
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So, sorry, Good creators, Garrett Clark, Brad Dolkey, and Sean Walsh,
Okay. Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So they're the guys that have already committed. I'm guaranteeing there's going to be a few more. They're
Oh,
gonna,
absolutely there
They'll
will be.
get Paige Spiranek
They'll
involved.
get the DOD King. They'll get Brent Krupa. They'll get a couple of those boys.
100%. They might get Golfy City involved. I don't know if you've heard of Golfy City. They're a couple of boys from New Jersey. I really like their content. They're good. Their stuff's good. But like,
They'll get Rick Shields and stuff. Surely.
maybe
Dude, if you're talking about content creation,
He's the dude.
He's the
he's the dude.
he's the
But
one that
imagine-
sort of got it all going. He walks so everyone else could run.
Could they get Bryson?
Well, he's a content creator, but he's also a tour player. I don't think he's going to want to be playing a content creation event the day before the tour championship.
He's also not playing in the event.
Good point. That's a great fucking point.
He's not playing in a PGA Tour sanctioned
Dude,
event. I don't know if they'd have him in a PGA Tour sanctioned event, which is technically what this is. It's not for PGA. It's not for Tour Championship points
course.
or anything like that. FedEx Cup points. It's just run by the PGA Tour. So there'd be a massive conflict of interest. And if it happens, that would be the first chess piece.
That's how much.
That'd be the first chess piece in the move to like harmonize.
My
all
comment
this golf
shows just
shit.
how much I wish, like the Live Tour or certain players that are a part of the Live Tour didn't affect some of the events that are that involved in the PGA Tour heavily, like the FedEx Cup playoffs, of course. Are
Yeah.
or like the Tour Championship or something. Like I still think Bryson's eligible for that.
Yeah.
Like because I have such a high respect for him that I'm
Absolutely.
thinking, oh, these are such higher caliber events. He must be in them.
100%.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. It's so
Jesus,
disheartening.
It's still a
I'm
mind
just reading.
fuck. It's
I'm just
still a
reading
mind
this
fuck.
article that the PGA Tour have put out announcing this event. It said the tournament will consist of 8 holes of gross stroke play.
8.
Listen, then a playoff between the top 4 finishers. Foursomes will be announced the day before the event. The curator, so they're only playing 8 holes.
8 holes, and then what? The final hole is like a 4-man.
It'll be maybe a 2-hole playoff or a 1-hole playoff or maybe as many as 4.
That'd be kind of cool.
Be kind of cool. What they're doing, they're not going to give them 18 holes to play because I don't think too many people would want to watch. As much as we all watch good play 18 holes regularly,
it stretches out.
So you're now putting them in front of people who are choosing to watch the golf on a legitimate broadcasting service, television.
Yeah.
Right? People aren't going to want to watch that. We want to watch good, so we go and watch good.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
We
yeah.
find their content.
Yeah.
People want to listen to us, they find our content.
Yeah. Gary Player, if you're listening.
Correct. So, but we're not going to Channel 9 being like, you need to put us on TV because this is the way of the future.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think it's interesting, and I think it's exactly what we were talking about.
There it
Look, you
goes.
got what you asked for, right?
Yeah, you got this shout out.
It's a one-off event. I hope they do more of it, right? Because I'd love to see.
Well, you got to dip the big toe in. Like, you never know.
Because another piece, going back to the Olympic chat, just quietly, one thing that has also come out is that you've got to have in every event, people have been asking, have one regular person in every event
that'd be cool,
to
wouldn't it?
show everyone just how hard it is.
They wanted
so
that
you've got
in the
Simone
Olympics.
Biles, exactly. You've got Simone Biles on the balance beam doing these unbelievable routines, and then you've got Geraldine or Margaret from the bingo club trying to do the same.
You can't get the bigger.
Right?
You got to get someone. Yeah, I understand what you're saying. It was like,
You know what I mean?
It was like,
Or
have that
like-
separate lane on the track or something like
Correct.
that with a guy that's like,
You got Noah
say of
Lyles.
my build.
Yeah.
Say of my build. Like, I'm not.
I'd love to
I'm
see you in the
athletic.
100 meters. I'd love to see you in the 100 meters.
Imagine me trying to gun it up the fucking 100-meter line. Imagine me trying to go.
Take your marks.
Fucking just gun it. Just trying my fucking heart out.
and you know
I
what?
take 16 seconds to run 100 meters.
I'll volunteer to play Le Golf National. That's fine. I'll go and play I'll play in the same group as Scotty Scheffler. I don't care. I'm going to have 119
And some.
right? That's fine. I'll cop it. If it means I get to play the course, I'm in.
All right,
But
that's
what
one
I
thing.
won't do is climb a 10-meter platform and try and jump into a swimming pool.
Because I'd be so scared on that platform 10 meters up that I would jump and go 4. Like, I'd be so scared.
But going into that is exactly what I'm talking about. You're going to see, I think they're going to showcase. You got the comedic side with, Bob Does Sports and Fat Prez and stuff. But what you also have is a vast array of talent levels.
Here's
Some
my
good
question
golfers
for
in
this.
there.
Here's my question for this. What's the reason for you watching content creators on YouTube? Golf specifically.
They're
of course.
entertaining.
There you go.
It's a golf a different way.
If you watch good on mute, after 10 minutes you'll be like,
No.
like good golf. It is good golf. A lot of them do. Brad's a freak. Garrett's very
But
good.
if I want to watch good golf, I'll go watch Scotty.
Well, you go watch the tour.
Correct.
That's the point. So content creation is all that entertainment and that laughing, the camaraderie and the banter. So that's what you watch it for. That's what you watch Bob Does for. So this content creation, people aren't going to go, I'm going to go watch this because of the golf. You're going to watch it in spite of the golf, but they're also
golf's-
extremely entertaining to watch.
Correct.
They're very good at being on camera and making people engage.
Because what you're going to
That's
get
the point
is,
of it.
what you're going to get is a little bit of what you see in a video, which is, I've got 130 in, it's a 9-iron, I'm going to hit this a little punchy, a little lower,
Yeah.
try and flight it in.
Yeah.
And then Brad and Garrett will pull it off. Bob and Joey won't.
Won't. Yeah.
Right?
Pulled it.
Oh, no, chunked it. Oh, go, run.
Yeah, something
Right?
like that.
It's not going to happen. And
entertaining.
that's the entertainment factor
Yeah.
because they're all just going to turn around and laugh.
Yeah, exactly.
And you're gonna, and
Exactly.
it's gonna grow their audiences 100%, but it's also gonna bring a lighter sort of perspective. Everyone loves in cricket like the legends matches or the
Yeah.
celebrity
or
matches.
the EJ Whitten match in
I
footy.
love watching Andy Lee bowl off spin. He can't do it, right?
But he's entertaining to watch because he's funny.
because he's mic'd up and he's talking to the commentators. He's going, "I'm going to throw this at his head. Let's just see what happens." Right? He's bowling to Brian Lara. Right?
Yeah.
Same thing with the EJ Whitten Legends
Yeah,
game. It was
yeah,
the best game of football for the year. 'Cause
Yeah,
it was
it's
just
funny as.
entertaining, right?
Yeah.
But we could go on for ages. The reason, like, I'm really excited to see what they can do with this. I like the Tour Championship. I think it's probably my favorite PGA Tour event. It's so cutthroat and high stakes, and the golf course is incredible. I love East Lake.
It's hard as fuck.
Hard as all shit. So these guys like Bob and Joey, if they shoot in, they're going to shoot 100 in 8 holes. Like it's entirely possible, right?
Probably
it's
fucking
entirely
good.
possible, right? But I think it's a good little dip in the toe in the water, like you said,
Yeah.
for the tour to go, right,
Yeah.
let's embrace this.
Yeah.
They're not competition. They are allies.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
Because if they don't do
they're
this-
a personality.
If they don't do this, Liv will. Is the other half of it.
Oh, of course,
Which
but
is-
that's backing on this is sniffing on the ass of a pro-am.
Correct.
That's what that is. It's a pro-am
correct.
without the pros engaging in it.
And
But
I
that's
don't
what
want to
it
get
is.
involved. But here's the thing: like, there's every chance that they will get the pros involved.
But even
Imagine Wyndham Clark or Rory McIlroy on commentary.
oh, it'd be awesome. But if you when you said, oh, if they don't live will, it's not. It hasn't taken off, nor has it even started yet. So you
But-
don't know if it's going to be big. And if Liv do it, whoopty fucking do. If it was a thing that was massive,
Yeah.
and the PGA lost it,
Yeah.
and then Liv grabbed it, fuck.
Yeah.
You know, that's a loss.
But
But
this
it's
is-
something that they go, right, if they don't do it, they do it once, they don't do it anymore, but Liv do something different with it. Well, awesome. We don't
We'll see
know
what
what
happens.
it's going to be like yet. It could be a complete flunk. You
Yeah.
never know. I hope it not. I hope it's not.
Hope
but
it's not.
I'm going to go straight back to the Olympic side of thing.
Yeah. So
I
we're
would
going
love-
questions. Are we going questions?
Yeah, let's go questions. Fuck it.
All right. Keep going. You love? Huh? You were going on a little bit of a
Yeah,
tangent.
it's gonna blend into my question.
Yeah, go for it.
So, when you said that you want to see the average Joe in each event,
Yeah.
I think that would be like even if it was just the first, like I don't know if they do heats in most things or warm up rounds
Yeah, they
or
do.
something or
Yeah.
whatever the fuck they do. Do that.
Yep.
That should be, or even just have you before the main race or before one of the heats in the swimming, have a line of 7 of them or 6 or 7 of them. Do that race. See
Yeah.
what time it is.
So-
And then that's the comparison. And I reckon that's going to be proof. And standing on that balance beam, like you said with Simone Biles, dude, that is this thin.
Yeah.
That is that thin. And she's doing fucking flips. I saw a video where she got up on it like it was nothing. Of course, she does it every day. And then it was like a TV host or something like that. Couldn't even stand up on it. He couldn't even get himself to stand up and
Yeah.
stay still. And she's just standing there like, stand up on it. What are you
Yeah.
doing? And it's like,
So-
it's just different.
It's the comparison.
It's just
right? And I
crazy.
forgot to mention before, Channel 9 obviously thought of this before they got started the coverage, before the event, like the Olympics had started.
Yeah.
And so what they'd done is, because I don't know if you know, but apparently Andy Lee and Hamish Blake have been banned from the Olympics for life.
Why?
Because I don't know, they were doing shit when they were younger and they got kicked out and told never to come back anywhere in the world.
hilarious.
Right? I don't actually know the full story, but again, my fiance told me.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Andy Lee being with Channel 9, they did a series throughout the Olympics
The Amazing Race. No, I'm
called
kidding.
The Comparison Man.
Okay.
So they had highlights of an event like the diving,
Yeah.
and they go, here is blah, blah, blah from South Africa. She's going to do a triple backflip somersault twist with a friggin' whatever.
And a chair and partridge.
And here's Andy Lee, right? And he's going to try and jump off and see how we go, right? And so the footage is just of Andy Lee climbing the ladder and shitting himself. And then he he gets down and hangs from the 10-meter platform by his hands because he's just hoping that'll reduce the fall by a little bit. And then he lets go, does a pin drop. And it's it was a comedic sketch.
Yeah.
About all the sports, like the 100-meter, 110-meter hurdles.
That's a great idea, though.
But I want to see it live.
Yeah.
In the
yeah.
flesh.
Yeah.
Like Joey Colcuts.
Even
I want to see
even
Joey Colcuts in archery.
even like a week before, even if it's just up against one other athlete, just have your average Joe up against someone competing and just do a run, just do a piss take. Just go, righto, here's so and so in the 100-meter race. He's going to be in the main heats or something like that.
Yeah.
And here's Devon, right? And they're going to do the 200-meter,
Yeah.
right? And
And
yeah,
the-
it
and
just
the-
shows.
Yeah. And
Just to
Devon's
show
going to
it.
go flat out, but the athlete's going to go at 60%.
Or whatever. He's going to have bricks on his feet or
Correct.
something like that or whatever. Just a bit of entertainment and then go, righto, that's done. Everyone knows what these guys are all about and how good these guys are or the men and women, how good at these sports they are. righto, Olympic time, go. And now you're going to understand just how good it is.
100%.
And like the athletes are just psychos. But
They're nuts.
my question,
Go.
which sport out of the Olympics
Oh, God. This is, yeah, okay.
do you genuinely think you could have some sort of hope of competing in? Like genuinely not make a complete dick of yourself.
Jesus. It'd have to be something that requires me to be stationary. Have you seen the meme of that bloke just with like doing the shooting?
Is he German? Was
Turkish,
he German?
Turkish.
Turkish.
And he's literally got his hand in his pocket. Just
Yeah, that's cold.
I feel
Cold.
like if he gave me a couple of hours of practice,
Yeah.
I feel like I could like
you know
all
how
I
big
need to do is not make a dick of myself.
Do you know how big the target is?
It's tiny.
Did you see how big it was?
Yeah, it's tiny.
There was a person holding up a card, and you could see it because of their finger. You could see the comparison. They're holding up a card. Card would have been this big,
Yeah, we're talking
and the
5
target
by 5
size was
centimeters.
target was like the size of the cup.
Yeah.
and you got to hit it. And like, did you see how far away they were shooting with archery?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
Dude, it's like 70 meters.
Yeah. I can't hit,
I thought it was like from here to the end of the hallway.
I can't hit a green with a sand wedge from 70 meters. 25 meter wide green.
All right, hit me. What sport?
Probably the shooting. If you gave
Shooting.
me a couple of hours of practice,
You reckon you could?
not make a dick of myself, yeah, probably the shooting.
Yeah.
But I couldn't play basketball against LeBron.
No.
I couldn't, do the uneven bars with Simone Biles. I couldn't do the 10-meter diving. Like, I couldn't do it.
I'd shit myself.
Shit myself. Right? I couldn't run. I'd fall.
I've never
Don't
seen
ask
you
me to
run.
jump.
I've never seen you run.
Don't.
I wanna
you know
watch you
what?
do the running.
I'd happily be the comparison man for the long jump. For the long jump. I'd jump fucking 40 centimeters.
I'd love to see.
Legit.
Oh, that'd be the best.
Legit.
All right. So what were you saying?
Probably the shooting.
Shooting. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Because it requires the least physical effort.
I'm going
I reckon.
breakdancing. I'll just fall over a couple times and just start fucking. Do you know those? At the front of you see like Bunnings or something, or you see those big fucking inflatables, and I'm gonna just plant
the
one.
used car sales.
Yeah, that's one. I'm just plant one in the middle of the dance floor, right, and just pin me face to it. Go done. Right, beat Ray Gun. I can guarantee that.
Jesus, you've had some sugar today.
Poor chick.
All right, my second cut question. It's Olympic related, but it's also golf related. So the one gripe I had with the golf at the Olympics was that it wasn't so much a team event. Right? My question to you is, should it remain an individual sport, or should we incorporate, because Min Woo and Min Ji were playing, right? I would have loved to have seen a bit of a team aspect.
How do you do it?
Knockout style. How do you do team events in any other sport?
Nah, I think it would get too complicated. And
It would. I don't think it would. You
golf
could
as a sport in a professional aspect is 4 rounds, own ball, by yourself. If you win, you win. And like with the
It could be
live
a foursomes event,
with the live
100%.
tour, it's like there could be someone that's 6 over for the event, but all the other 3 are, or one of them might win.
Yeah.
Right. But all the other 3 inside the top 5 or
Yeah.
top 10. Right. So they get a team win. But the person that 6 over would have missed a cut on a tour event.
Yeah.
Right. So they did fuck all, yet they get a cut out of that team win. They did fuck all.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So in that case, that's the only thing that I would say no, keep it individual, because golf is such a individual sport and there is tiny team aspects. Yeah, you have the Ryder Cup, but that's done in a point system, and the team wins. Like I don't think a team can win a gold medal unless you obviously basketball, but you can't play individual basketball.
I think the only way you can do a team, like at a team event, you'd have to trim how many countries are involved, right? You'd have to go from 60 to like 10 or 8,
Yeah.
right? And then it's literally like a knockout tournament. So like it's 4 rounds.
Do brackets, but 6
It's
holes.
No. You do 18 holes because you're still playing 4 rounds, but it's foursomes.
Yeah, but you're gonna want to in a bracket. How many countries were there that played
Heaps.
in the golf?
Heaps. Probably maybe in the 60s. I wouldn't know, but it'd
60
be
countries.
heaps.
Was it 60 countries?
Maybe, all right, maybe less then.
Hey, have a check.
let
What
me-
was the
let me
field?
Google.
Just so we know. Because if I watched it, I should know it, but I didn't pay attention to any of it. But it could be like a bracket style, like a Ryder Cup idea, but like 9 holes per
32 countries.
32 countries of how many? 4 people? 4 people per country?
It varied based on the
Was it
World
varied?
Golf rankings.
Okay. So say there was an average of 3 people per country, right? So what's that? 96. So there was 96 players-ish, give or take a couple. Mm-hmm. Like, what could you do? Yeah, I don't
hard.
see any way of doing a team event. I don't see any way of doing it.
Yeah.
Because if you were to do a team event, it would take one either for fucking ever, or you'd have to do 6 holes.
Yeah, it's fair.
6 holes at a time of Spain versus Cuba, or
Whatever it is.
Chile versus Paraguay, or fucking I don't know,
Whatever.
like whatever it may be. I just think it would get so messy, and yeah, keep my answer is keep it individual.
Okay, fair enough. I'd like to see a team element in some way, shape, or form. I don't know how you do it. Good luck to whoever decides to organise it.
if it
I
does-
also don't really think it's an Olympic sport.
I love that it is in the Olympics because it gives a different avenue
Perspective.
for some.
Yeah.
Gives a gives a different perspective. There was some players that were actually from a country that I had no idea about, and I was like, "Whoa, he's actually from there." I didn't know that. Like, but yeah, if they turned around and said, "Right, golf is out the Olympics," not because it's some people would argue golf's not a sport, right? And you're obviously ignorant. Go outside, but but yeah, if they, like you said earlier, if they turn around and said, "No, golf's gone," I'd be like, "Okay, sweet, cool."
Fair enough.
It's on its own realm now. It's on its own, but since it's in, I don't really care either. I don't.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Fair enough. I think that's a good spot to leave it, mate.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for watching and for listening. If you have watched us on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe. Leave us a comment. Let us know what you think. Even if you have different opinions about whether or not golf should be an Olympic sport or not, let us know. We'd like to hear it.
I'm honestly on the fence. I don't really. Whether it is or isn't, I'm not really bothered.
Yeah, we're not. I think we enjoy it too much as it is to care that much about it.
Exactly.
But yeah, if you listen to us on Spotify, be sure to follow us, leave us a 5-star review, and we'll keep producing more and more episodes every single week.
I think next week will be the catch up of whatever comments have been made on TikToks and stuff like that.
Yeah, we can do a little bit of that.
I'll do that next week.
We can do a little bit of that next week.
5 minutes to answer some questions or whatever it is.
Be sure to follow us on TikTok and Instagram as well. Drop us a couple of comments on those. And we will see you all next week. Hit them very well, and we'll see you then.
Ciao, ciao.
Cheers.